morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's morning time.
Yes,
I
it
did
is.
not want it to be morning time. This
I
was one of
didn't
those
either.
mornings. I'm laying there in bed, and I keep hearing this noise, and it's an alarm. And I'm going, whose alarm is that? They really need to turn it off. Now, mind you, I live in an apartment complex when I'm home, and I can hear other people's alarms. And I'm laying there thinking, I wish that person would turn their alarm off. And I'm going, finally, the brain cell kicked in. It's going, it's your alarm, Teri. I think it was when I heard you. I heard a noise, and I'm thinking, okay, they're moving. Wait a minute. Where am I? It was one of those mornings. I think because we talked about astral travel yesterday.
Oh, I bet.
It gave me that permission to just go during the night. And go I did.
Absolutely. And of course, Angel hears her alarm. Now, we're in the house on another part. She's out here on the porch. And she hears that alarm. And she just starts going crazy. Teri is her new companion. And
my baby.
She really is. And she really feels like that she has to be with her all the time. And she begrudges me my night times with her, I think, sometimes. But yeah, as soon as she hears that alarm, it's like, okay, Mom, okay, she's up. I can go see her now. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Oh, she's crazy.
She is, but she's my angel baby.
Yes,
hi, good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs and Joanne Trojano. Joanne, am I saying your name right? Just correct me if I'm not.
Okay.
Because I would love to say it right. Now, my phone is doing the same thing it did yesterday. It's not showing me the video.
Okay.
It's like lost in space somewhere. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Deirdre.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Deirdre and Wendy and Joanne and Catherine and Robert
and Tony. Hi, everybody's finding us, but my phone is not finding us.
Okay, that's where I want to go. I want to go to that one.
And I'm not sure why, but I'm going to close it out on my phone.
Okay.
And try to play it again. Because I think we're going pretty good because people are finding us and they're coming in here. So good morning to all of you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Richard She is somewhere where it's afternoon. So hello and welcome.
Hello. Welcome. New names. I love new names. It means new people are finding us and wanting to kind of hang out.
Oh, it's not Richard. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. Rashid. And Rashid, I see that you're on Facebook. So thank you for finding us. Angie Taylor. Hi, baby cakes.
And if we mess up your name, we apologize. Donna Zimmerman. Good morning, Donna.
Hi, Donna. Welcome back again.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want us to say your name properly, you can just type in how it sounds.
Phonetically, yes. Please do.
We love when you do that, by the way. And hi, Carol Allen. Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Carol. And Julie Kiss and Diane. Oh, my gosh. What great.
Hell, the gang's all here.
Yes. Okay. And Wendy, I'm just assuming that you shared out to the group because you always do. Oh,
so we probably both did.
All right. That's okay. The more the merrier.
That's right. We can always take down, if there's duplicates, we can take it down. Hey, Angie. It's good to see you, honey. Oh, my gosh. This feels so good.
What a beautiful
I love
morning.
having coffee with people and not alone. And I know Jeryl Ann's here, but this is so cool to have a coffee date.
It is. Yes. Here we
go.
Good
every morning. We have a coffee date.
I love that. It reminds me of the old days when people used to go to each other's houses, like neighbors would come over with their coffee in the morning and sit and chat. And
we always had the big pot of coffee going. Sometimes we'd make 2 or 3.
Okay, I am
on the Facebook page. I shared it to the page, Wendy. Yeah, you can share it. The problem we were having in the past with sharing was I was streaming on my timeline. You know, I don't even have that option anymore. When I go onto Restream, I can't even share on my timeline. So I share it to my page, which is Angel Speakers, Teri Angel, and I share it to I stream it on Enlightened World and How to Connect with Angels. We have people that come on from there, and I just love that. Carol says she loves the coffee cups. Let me just show you all.
Okay.
Well, this is Jeryl Ann's coffee cup, but I've been claiming it while I'm here. And it says, be kind.
Yes.
And then we have dolphins.
And we have my dolphins.
And be kind to dolphins, too.
Yes, and dolphins are, they're pure love. They're absolutely highly intelligent and pure love and protective. There's so many wonderful things about dolphins. Yeah. And I got that mug when I went to with Kathleen, and I went a year ago, December, and we went and swam with the dolphins down in Orlando. Yeah. It was an amazing day.
Yeah, I've never swam with them, but I was in Hawaii once, and the hotel we were staying at had the pool because it was right on the ocean.
Oh, that's
And it had
cool.
the pool where they had the dolphins that people could go in with and swim with. So I got to sit right beside the area where they were all in the pool and just watch that. It was magnificent.
That would be. Yeah. These were, and this place that we went to, it's like a rehab. So they rehab the dolphins that need it. Some were born in captivity. And so they're very, good morning, Sherry Seymour. They're it's a very humane, conscious environment for these dolphins to be living in. And the intelligence and the beauty, it was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they are. I love seeing them in the wild too. Yeah. I used to work at a building, and it was in Melbourne, and it was at a marina. So I would go out, you know me, nature girl. I would go out and sit on my lunch break, and I would sit right at the marina. You could walk down to it. And there was one day I'm sitting there, and I hear a noise, and I'm thinking, what the heck is that? And these dolphins, it looked like a little school of dolphins, they came right up to the wall where I was sitting and let me see them, and they just swam on out. They did like a circle U-turn.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. Angie, yeah, I've been one time to Hawaii, and oh my gosh, it is a paradise. I think I live in paradise where I'm at because it's so beautifully amazing. But when I was in Hawaii, I did not want to leave. I didn't want to come back.
Wow.
I'm like, this is the most incredible experience, because we didn't do like the normal tourists do and hit like the tour spots that everybody goes to.
Right.
I had family there, so they were able to take us around the back roads, and we got to go to this one field where they call it steam holes, I think, where the steam from the volcano is coming up through these holes. A lot of people don't do that. And I stayed on top of the volcano. Yes, I actually slept on top of a volcano. Yeah. One of my many life experiences. And it was frightening. It was like you had that thing in the back of your head that goes, am I really on the top of a volcano?
What am I sucker gonna blow?
What am I thinking? You know, it's like, whoa, this is like way out of my comfort zone here. But actually, it was one of the best experiences because once I got past that fear and realized, okay, other people are here, other people are doing this.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime, we walked outside. And we walked down to where the lava flows into the water.
I bet that was stunning.
You talk about incredible. I mean, they have it roped off so you can only walk out so far or you'll be stuck in the lava.
Yeah.
And we walked out there, and oh my God, to see that lava hit the water, it's red. So when it hits the water, it's like all the steam comes up from it. Yeah, I had the most amazing time there. If you ever get a chance to go to Hawaii, I highly recommend it. Yeah, it was. It was so amazing.
And good morning, Tony and Sally and Carol. And Kathleen is on, and she said it was so much fun. It was. We had the best couple of days down there. And Rick Morrow is with us, and Sharon Boyle.
Hi, Sharon.
Who else have we got? And
Rick's here. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. And Tony asked everybody, did y'all manifest last night? And that's a good question for today. Last night was the new moon. It was like 10:20 something Eastern time. It came into its full new moonness. And what did y'all manifest last night? Did you put an intention out last night? I know I did a spiritual ceremony that is still moving into today, that I will be going back after the show. I go back into isolation, but I'm manifesting a new life. Mm-hmm. And not that, don't trust me. I love where I'm at. I love my husband. I love my friends. I am manifesting a new spiritual life, a new level of consciousness and awareness, and releasing the old 3D paradigms and beliefs. Yes. Yeah. A new insights, a new,
I like that.
Yeah. Growth of my soul. So yeah. And that requires isolation and introspection. And not very fun.
No, those journeys inside can sometimes be treacherous. Yeah. And who did I see come on?
Julie Kiss is here. I think we might have seen her before. I don't know.
Jennifer's here.
Jennifer
Langren.
Yes,
Hi, my darling friend.
Hi, Jennifer. I apologize. I saw you earlier, but keep in mind, not much sleep last night.
I was having trouble. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but it'll play the video for a little bit of the live, and then all of a sudden it just freezes, like we're just sitting there, and I'm looking at the screen and we're not frozen, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing, phone?
Awesome. Sally De La Rosa said, ladies, we got our answer and it's a go. We don't know what that is yet. They're going to let us know at some point, but thanks to the universe, and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Yeah. And Sharon asked me how it went. Sharon, it's still going. I have to tell you, it is the most emotionally painful and physically painful thing I've ever done in my life. And in the 62 years I've been on this planet, that's saying a lot. But I know that on the other side of this is going to be, it's like the tearing away, literally stripping away of all of the core beliefs, of all of the things that hold us back. And it is a pretty intense process that I've been guided that a book will come out of this whole process. I've been journaling like crazy, which is not like me at all. So
yeah, it's going to be exciting. Oh, it is exciting.
It is exciting.
She's the one going through the pain, but I'm the one that's holding space for her and wanting to put my arms around her and hold her. But you know what? We're doing a talking stick on Sunday, and I'll be explaining the process when you're releasing and when you're doing that inner work. Yeah. And it's best really not to interrupt that flow with somebody. So as much as empaths, we want to hold them. We want to say words of comfort. We want to touch them. Touching actually stops the flow, and it lets the energy move back down inside. So the best thing you can do, and this is really good that came up, the best thing you can do for somebody that's going through that inner work and really in that space is just let them do it. Yeah. And just hold that space and say the prayers and, offer a warmth, but not to interrupt the flow of what they're doing. So, yeah, it's very interesting. We're going to do that on Sunday. We're going to do a talking stick at 11 o'clock on Enlightened World. And I know we got lots of comments. I saw somebody from Periscope, and I wanted to acknowledge you. We are streaming live on YouTube and Periscope as well. And it was Smoking K2, and these beautiful ladies with the beautiful scenery in the background. Yes. That's the St. Johns River here in Central Florida. I'm not sure where you are, but welcome. Welcome to the river.
Welcome. Yeah, and we are the Angelic River family. Yes. We're a very spiritual group. We're not a religious group, but we are a very spiritual group. And at the end of our show, we offer, Teri does the most amazing meditations, and we offer up prayers for those who need them.
Absolutely.
Carol Allen, she wrote a page of intentions. And good morning, Sherry. I think I said good morning, but I'm, like I said,
she's not here today.
I'm here physically, but I'm just kind of like all over the place.
That's okay. Robert,
did you hear? You want to read Robert's?
Robert says, I don't know what I manifested, but I woke up with the idea of finally registering an LTD. So now I'm researching for the best process to do it. Yeah, it's in those moments when, like I was telling you all yesterday, hold it inside that you've already done it, you've already received it, and then you'll see the steps to it. It'll all lead to that place. So let's see what else we got this morning.
Oh wow! Thank you, everybody. I'm really getting a lot of blessings, and you have no idea how grateful and how much I appreciate that. Yeah, it's okay. Julie says her life path number is a 22. Wow, so great of a number. So great of a number. Yes, it is. Everyone should look up there. So interesting. I'm here to tell you, Julie, it doesn't surprise me given all of your posts and your heart and everything that I've noticed about you. 22 is such a powerful, spiritually high life path. And so that is awesome. And thank you, Kathleen. I know you are, and I love you so much. She's been my soul sister now for over 6 years, and saw me really start to come back onto this journey. I've been on a spiritual path for about 3.5 decades, and I kind of got off of it. I couldn't handle it. And over 7 years ago, I came back on.
Yeah.
And here I am, 7, spiritual number.
Yes,
Isn't that
it is. So many numbers coming up. So Catherine Kovacs says to celebrate Earth Day and the new moon. Yeah, it happened on the same day.
And isn't that amazing?
And I did a full energy healing. I don't know if any of you caught that. I think I saw some familiar faces on there. But it was really good.
Wendy's is a 22 also. Awesome. I'm just so not surprised, you guys. It's really, it's like, what a powerful group this is. Yeah. I mean, what a powerful spiritual group this is, and soul family. This is like amazing. Yeah. This is really amazing.
And we had somebody else I saw from Periscope. Oh, where'd he go? These are scrolling really fast.
Up there, baby.
Where'd it go?
There. Oh, there. Megatron. Right down there. Right below.
Baby Megatron, welcome.
Baby Megatron. Hello.
Yeah, I love that. Good morning to everybody who's finding us.
Luann must be here. Good morning, Luann. I didn't see your name yet on mine.
And there was somebody else I saw, Gwen. I don't know who Gwen is, but good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome. So...
Wow.
We have an anniversary coming up. Today is the 23rd.
Yes.
This was the first day, actually, that I sat out there by the river and went live. It wasn't anything that was formal yet until the next day when Jeryl joined me and we decided to create Angelic River Family. So today's the first day that it started, and then tomorrow is our official anniversary of Angelic River Family being together 1 month. And so blessed that this has happened. You all are just an amazing group of people. And
I know.
It's not your normal Facebook group. No. It's really people that care and that are interactive and that lift each other up. I mean, you all just saw the compassion and the empathy that was going out for Jeryl Ann. Yeah. And that's what we do. That's what we do. So if you want to be a part of that, it's Angelic River Family on Facebook. Yes.
And there must be an Elaine with us. Hello, Elaine. I know Wendy is saying hi, Elaine.
And Wendy says it seems like a long time ago. Oh my gosh. In a way it does. And in a way it was like, I remember that day so clearly when I was inspired to turn the live on. And Robert says, wow, time flies.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And Deirdre, happy anniversary to us. Yeah, we'll have to do some kind of celebration tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is
Angie Taylor's a 3. I'm an 8. I do know that.
I'm a 7. I'm a 7 life path, a 7 soul urge, and a 9 expression, which means if I am not on a spiritual path, my life is going to go to heck in a handbasket. And it's very true. When I'm not focused spiritually, it's all about being spiritual. It's all about that. And the expression is 9, which is self-introspection, humanitarianism, giving to others. It's, I was born in an 11 month in a 22 year with a 1 birthday, which means I'm meant to be a teacher, a leader. And that's, my life is so spot on with my numbers. But when I veer off, and I think you'll all notice this if you really look at your numbers, when you're not living your numbers, your life, the energetics of your life goes down. So, you got it up already.
We're doing a question of the day. And today is Thursday, so this is the perfect question. Because if you're sitting there going, well, I don't think I accomplished anything this week, you still have time.
Yeah.
So what did you accomplish this week? Oh my gosh.
Do we have a week to can y'all stay on here for the next day or two?
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Sharon. She says, thank you for going live when I know you're not a morning person. Me either. And thank you for being here, Sharon. Yeah. When I get up in the morning, I'm usually like not even there because we talked about astral travel yesterday, and I know I do that at night. So, just like I said this morning, I'm like, I wish somebody would turn that alarm off because I was somewhere else. Yeah.
It's been crazy.
You accomplished happiness, Sherry.
Awesome. That's awesome, Sherry.
Yeah. And Carol says,
that's
not
huge.
Much. Okay, that's honest.
That's all right. No, actually, Carol, I would beg to differ with you a little bit because I know we did the angel circle, and I saw in you, in that angel circle, when Teri got to you and did your reading, it was like the wheels were turning, and I saw an aha moment in you that I think is way bigger than you're giving yourself credit for. And I would like to acknowledge that within you and what I saw happen with my eyes. So I think maybe a little more happened for you than part of you wants.
Her brain's not awake yet.
It's not awake yet because honestly,
we'll go with that.
I saw you just like, oh my gosh, just wow. I don't know how to even describe it in words, but I just saw something really amazing and beautiful happen within you.
I think everybody that comes to those circles when the angels talk to you, it's a real wake-up call. And Catherine Kovac says she woke up. And Sally says, what a fabulous question. We are starting a holistic healing center.
Oh my gosh, that's
awesome.
Amazing. That is amazing. I'm so happy for you guys. I can't think of two people who would be better at having a holistic healing center than you guys. That is amazing.
Thank you for doing that. Do you want to read Deirdre's?
Oh, I don't see it.
Okay.
I'm
Deirdre
sorry.
says, I found more love inside and outside than I ever thought possible. That's what I accomplished this week.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah. I'm not seeing her post, so I need to go somewhere that I can. It's on.
Yeah. And Angie says, beautiful confirmations and connections in our angel circle. Absolutely. As well as so much healing. Yeah, that's one thing that they do also. The angels not just give you a message, they give you an attunement to their energy and touch wherever it's needed, whatever is inside of you that they need to bring out for you.
Yeah. Catherine Kovac says she woke up. That's huge. Okay. That's really big.
I want to see what Luann said. Are you able to resend my circle reading? Yes, I can resend that to you. Yeah. Okay. What else we got?
I want to see. I can see him on here now.
Cannot see Deirdre's comments.
I can't either, Wendy. I'm the same thing.
Deirdre, where are you? Where are you at that you're commenting?
Yeah.
And maybe if you go to Enlightened World Network and pull it up there, we can all see what you have to say.
Julie Kiss says she helped family members get help for their health problems. I'm the helper. Yeah, Julie, that's it. I get that.
Yeah. And Carol says the angel circle was confirmation of what I knew deep inside. Yeah. That's what happens. We all have everything we need inside of us. Sometimes it's just we need that key to unlock the door.
Right.
That's how I like to look at it. The angels provide that key, and then once we open that door, everything starts flooding out for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, you're at Angel Speakers. Yeah, come on over with us. Just go to Enlightened World Network, and you'll see the stream there. And that way we'll all see you.
I know. I'm getting the same thing with Luann. I don't know where Luann is at, but I'm not getting her
She may be on how to connect with
either.
angels.
Oh, Kathleen, I love this. She says, I allowed myself to feel a lot. Yes. I love it. I know she's going through major transformation as well, and that's huge. And Robert says, to answer the question of the day, I had many accomplishments this week. First, I got myself a new laptop, so now I can get back to work. Second, I created my new website, which is ready for the public now. That's huge. And last but not least, probably the most important accomplishment, I participated in the biggest event, the Earth Day. Robert, you are just like, you and I both went into hiding for a while and at the same time, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And you're like me, you just came out of that hiding and you're just blasting forth. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm so excited for you and how your life is progressing forward and how your soul is just expressing itself so much. It is so beautiful to watch.
I see so many of you doing that. Yes. And I feel like the proud mama.
Yes.
So I'll be there watching and, just whatever the angels want to send to you through me, I'll be sending. So,
Wendy.
I love it.
Okay, here's Deirdre. Thank you, Deirdre. I'm so glad you're here with us. Wendy asked, so the viewing total number above is just for Enlightened World
That's just
Network.
on Enlightened World. We have people watching on how to connect with angels and on Angel Speakers, Teri Angel. Sherry Seymour, I love that. I have let go of several past hurts.
That's awesome. That's what this time is all about. It's a time out for a time in, and to go within and to heal those parts of ourselves so we can be in 5D, so we can maintain that higher vibration.
Absolutely. And Deirdre says she's here now, so maybe you all can see her comments.
Yes.
And Sharon Boyle says, my accomplishments this week are to keep myself sane through the situation and enjoying
the kids being well.
Where'd it go? Enjoying the kids being well while I managed to stave off that, but have been a little unwell, which we realize, and we've been lifting you up. So she's concentrating on sleep, nutrition, and being kind to myself. Yeah. Those are awesome goals. I love that.
Yeah, it is. And we really need to practice self-care right now. And Sally says it took her 6 weeks to come out of hiding. And what a wild ride ever since. I know. Yeah. You're the same thing. It seems like a bunch of us that kind of went into this hiding phase just came out of the gate. Like when she came up here, I went from 0 to 100 miles an hour, like that fast.
Yeah.
It was amazing how quickly that happened.
Yeah. Angie says it was so emotional, witnessing all the hearts in circle and really seeing all experience the unconditional love that poured into our hearts. Every one of us had that overwhelmed to hear our message of so much love and belief in us.
Yes.
Very special. The angels do believe in us. They know our hearts. They know what we're capable of. It's just we have to open up to that and know what we're capable of. So I'm so happy that so many are opening up right now and finding that path and seeing how I describe it like this, that path you're walking on and the angels are clearing the brush out of the way so that path is not going to have anything for you to stumble on.
Yeah, Tony says like a bull. I'm strong like a bull. That's what I always say because she's a massage therapist too, and so she says you must. I've been doing it for 30 years. She says you must have some pretty powerful guns. So that's what that was for. I would show you my guns, Tony, but here's the thing: I have all of this ammunition that's packed underneath my guns that I just don't want anybody to see. Is that a good way to put it? Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, I'm loving your sharing this morning.
Yes,
I love
this is beautiful.
This question, it's one that I use with my clients. This is not from the deck that we've gone through the deck, guys.
Yeah.
So this is one that I use with my clients when I do life coaching to help them really think about what did I do this week. Yeah. And like I said, you still have time. So if you're doing some inner work, if you're manifesting, whatever it is in your life, you can take this question and say, okay, maybe I didn't have anything that stands out, but let me just go back. Let me just review. And if you're journaling, that's the absolute best thing you can do because sometimes I'm thinking, what did I do? And I can flip back through my journal and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So it's just a bringing to our remembrance of what we did.
Yeah. We're all a work in progress. We really are. And we are so blessed to have this time to keep working on ourselves and to really take the time to go within. And it's so important. Last night, when I came out of the experience that I had, because it didn't go the way I thought in my mind, I felt like such a huge failure. I couldn't even come in here to see Teri or look at my husband. I just couldn't do it. And I said to her, I said, please just say something so that I can hang on, because I just didn't even feel like I could hang on. And she did. And I want you to know that no matter how painful this can be, on the other side I know is such beauty, is such life and such growth. But please, 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 please be kind to yourself. Be gentle on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. That's what I was doing last night. I was really beating myself up because I couldn't see the growth I had made. All I could see was what I didn't do, what I hadn't accomplished, what the expectation that I had that wasn't met. So I from experience, please be really, really gentle with yourselves and take the time that you need. And if you need help, reach out. Just reach out. I know I'm going to isolation when this is done, but I am going to be available after today. I just have to take this time for myself and journal it and really release what you're starting to see now. Yeah. And it is painful, but it is so worth it.
Yeah. And the pain comes because we hold an expectation, like she was saying. There's that expectation of how something is going to happen. And I keep going back to my friend Karen Palmer. Let go of the how and get ready for the wow. But it's so hard to let go of that how, isn't it?
It is.
That's the hardest part. It's like I have this vision of how that's going to be. I see this happening and then this happening. So we already talk ourselves up for it to be a certain way, not knowing what the big picture is of how it's actually going to come to be. So it's when we can just go into it and say, okay, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
I'm all in with whatever comes my way. Hit me with whatever you got. And then it's then that the miracles happen, because you don't have that preconceived idea of what the journey is. You just enjoy the journey one step at a time.
One step
she
at
had
a
to take
time.
10 steps. So there was like that expectation that, something was going to happen.
Yes.
And when it wasn't, then that's when all of the confusion and anger and the things started coming in, because of that expectation. How she held the expectation wasn't being met. Now, Spirit had a totally different plan, but she wasn't seeing that big picture. She was thinking, I didn't do it right, or I failed. I got nothing. But after she sat with it, she got a lot. Yeah. A lot. So that's the point she's at today, is going back in and seeing, okay, what did I get now that I've sat with it, now that I've slept on it? Sleeping on something makes a world of difference sometimes. So never give up. And they're really working with us right now to lose all of our expectations and to lose all of our attachments to the outcome. And that's an important thing also. It's like, am I so attached to having this happen, whatever this may be, that I can't enjoy that journey? We do that every day, don't we? Yeah. We have this attachment to receiving something or being a certain way, and then when it doesn't happen or we're not that way, it's like, well, I guess that's not for me.
Deirdre made this comment. I'd love to read it. And she said, when I woke up 3 years ago at 64, I thought I was too up in age to start anything new. Paul, and she's talking about Paul Wyrostic, I'm pretty sure, said there is no late in life, only divine timing. And that is truly something that I would like each and every one of you to keep in mind, because I've been on this path for 35 years, and I would have thought by now I would be like way in a different place than I'm in. And yet, here I am. And last night, I even said this to Teri. I said, I feel like I'm back at ground zero. I feel like I'm back at square one again. And I'm not. It took me a bit to figure out that I wasn't. But it is all divine timing. It is, we're always exactly where we need to be, exactly in the way that we need to be. And it's letting go of not just the expectation, but the judgment of where we're at, and just knowing that it is all in divine perfection and divine timing, and we're exactly where we need to be.
And that's a hard one. I admit it. It is a very hard one. And when we're going through anything, not just a very deep spiritual journey, just our normal life, and the things that come to us every day, we face challenges, we face the struggles. Even if it's inside of our own head, we face those struggles. And in the back of our mind, we have that expectation, don't we?
Yeah,
we have
do.
That, I see how this is supposed to turn out. We think we know that last page of the book.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
We think we know that. We don't know that last page. So quit flipping to the back to see if it's there yet, because that creates,
to see at the end.
that creates anxiety. It creates that feeling of failure. I didn't make it. That's not the way this story is supposed to end. So just leave that last page unread and see the miracle that's going to come when you get to that place.
I love what Diane says. She says, let go of the need to catch that butterfly, and it will eventually come and land on your hand. Absolutely.
And Carol, please. She says, I feel like I wasted 50 years. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
One of my mentors is Lisa Nichols. I absolutely adore this woman. When I was in the deep dark of my dark night of the soul, I listened to that woman, and she told me, you needed every experience. You don't have to go back and erase anything. You don't have to change anything about your past. I mean, we can't anyway, but you don't have to, because that was all part of who you are. It brought you to this very point you're at right now. So Carol, I want to say that to you. Everything that you experienced in those 50 years, it brought you to this point you are now. Where you are now, you are beautiful. And we absolutely adore you. And we have just brought you into our family. So let's change that mindset. All of us, all of us, not just you. I'm just responding to you, but it's for all of us. Yeah. We needed all of that, all those experiences. Yeah. We wouldn't be who we were, who we are without them.
Tony says the same thing. She says, I wasted so many years. Here's the thing.
No, you
now,
didn't.
if they gave out PhDs for addictions and really messing up your life, I'd have several. Okay. And there was the longest time I thought it was such a waste that, oh my God, look at all the years I just lost. I absolutely lost. And last night in this isolation, I started having memories and that. But here's the thing. Tony, I say this to you, you're starting the healing center. Each and every one of us, Carol, you're going to come in contact with people. Each and every one of us, if we hadn't gone through what we had gone through, if we hadn't had those times when we judged that we wasted our lives, you know exactly what another person is going through right now because of that experience. The people who come to you are going to be the very people that are going through the exact same thing that you went through. Would you tell them it was a waste? Would you tell a client or a friend or a loved one that they have just wasted their life? Absolutely not. And that's the thing. We talk to ourselves so harshly. Yes. And yet when we look at others, our friends, our soul family, our loved ones, we certainly would say, but look at what you learned from that. Look at the experience you gained. And the experience that you gained from that is going to help heal another person because you can actually understand at a gut soul level where they're at.
Yeah. Exactly.
There is never a waste. Yeah. Never a waste.
It never is. And those I call them fires that we go through in our life, those really huge things that we go through. Sometimes we question why we're going through that, not knowing the big picture. And that's where I was last year when it was found that I had breast cancer. And sitting down with the angels, and I'm just blown away because I was doing pretty much everything that a human can do to take care of themselves.
I remember that.
And I sat down with those angels, and I'm like, what the heck is this all about? I need some explaining here. You got some explaining to do, angels. And they were so kind and so gentle, and they were like, okay, this is what's up. And they shared with me that I did this. I did this so that I could fully know that experience that others are going through, not just breast cancer. That's just one of the struggles that people go through. But there's all kinds of fires and traumas in our life. And to be able to know it from the get-go, from getting that word that it's cancer, getting those emotions that come to the surface. And they share that that's my path. That is what I came here for, is to help others with healing those emotional aspects of anything that comes up. It could be childhood abuse or sexual abuse or any type of abuse, any type of trauma. So that's what I do. That's where my focus has gone, is working with people's emotions and bringing that out to heal. And we all have that. We all have emotional triggers. When we talk about being triggered, it's because of something that's in our subconscious that sometimes we push so far down, we're not even aware that it's there anymore.
Exactly.
But like Jeryl was saying last night, I thought I healed that.
Yeah.
There was something that came up. I thought I was done with that I had healed it. Yeah. And here it was in her face. Okay, here's what we want you to work on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all of it has to come up and out. That's what we have to do to move forward.
Wendy says, we are taught so we can become the teacher.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right, Wendy. We are being taught. We are all of our, and I know Julie says life lessons, and that's the whole point. We all had these, I would venture to guess that 100% of the people that are watching, because pretty much everybody on the planet has had really painful and dark moments in their life, and abuses of all kinds, and self-abuse, others abusing it. I mean, the gamut is
it's there.
It's there. Yeah. And this is that moment to bring those places up. And also the other part of it was I went into victimhood again, where I know consciously that I chose this. I know that my path I set out before I ever came here. But underneath that is this feeling of being a victim, and it robs you of your power and your ability to heal forward and to move forward. So,
and wasn't that what happened last night when you came in?
Yes.
Why did they make me do all of this?
Yes. Why did they make me go through all of this? I literally have been preparing for this ceremony for literally days and days and days. I mean, picking out the right stones, the right thing to wear, finding the location. I have got page upon page upon page of what every stone means, everything I made my own homemade medicine bag for this journey. You can't imagine what I went through. And I was like, I am so angry. Why did they even make me go through all of this if nothing was going to happen?
Right.
And so I felt like a victim. So even within how we're going through this at times, that brings up a whole other level and layer of things that need to be healed.
Exactly.
So be kind.
So if you're having that thought of why did they do this, you're looking outside of yourself, and you're going into that victim mentality again.
Yeah.
So that's a big clue right there. If there's something that happens and you're like, they did this to me, or why did this happen to me? It's not happening to you. It's happening for you.
For you.
And that was exactly where she came out of last night. That they had done this. They had made her do this instead of I did it and I didn't get the result I expected.
Right.
but let me look at what I did get. And once she started sitting down with what she got, then she was starting to open up and see that journey and see that it wasn't really the time that you were in isolation. It was that after the processing.
The real isolation is starting now.
Yeah.
The real change is starting now. And, it's like, wow. I wish I would have had a camera on me the whole time so you guys could see, because I think, well, that's why apparently there's going to be a book come out of this. I've been told always that I'm supposed to write this book, and I was like, I never thought, okay, I have nothing to share.
Right.
I do now.
Yeah,
I do now.
absolutely.
And it's just the beginning of this journey. It's not even the end. It's like just I'm like at the tip of the iceberg. So
I want to read Maryann OHara's comment. I think you know her.
Yes.
She says, whatever place you thought it might have been, I can't thank you enough for being exactly here where I needed you to be. Thank you so much for aligning with my divine timing, Jeryl.
Oh, Maryann, thank you. I have God bumps now. I'm going to start crying again.
Yeah,
but that's okay. They're tears of joy. I have never felt so loved and supported in my entire life. And part of what I'm getting to deal with today is the abandonment that I have felt my entire life. And I'm sure that's a big one for each and every one of you. I know some of your stories. And so, as we each heal, we are lifting each other forward because we're a collective. So we're healing for not only generationally back, but for each other. And I want to bring this up. Julie Kiss says, her husband thinks she's going crazy. I go around the house the last 2 months saying out loud, release, release, release.
Release, release.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Get used to it. People will think you're crazy, but that's okay. We're a good kind
It doesn't
of crazy.
matter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Hello, Leith Haddad from Los Angeles. Welcome from Periscope.
Hello. And Michelle Shumbi. I'm so glad you can relate, Michelle. And Carol says major abandonment. Yeah, this is my big issue I get to deal with today is the abandonment. And I think that is such a, okay, Sally also says we have that in common. Okay, we've hit a chord here, kids. So a lot of us have these abandonment issues for whatever your particular reasons are. And we need to find that within ourselves, heal that within ourselves, release it, and move forward. Because I know for me, that's one of the things holding me back is my fear of being abandoned. And when we have a fear, then we bring that in. And so as uncomfortable as it can be, it's certainly time to let that one go. So let's all
and I think there's several things, not just the abandonment, but not fitting in. That was huge for me in my childhood, not fitting in, not having, because I didn't fit in my family. I didn't. Right. I was questioning all the time, why am I here? I think the stork dropped me off at the wrong house. And it was always that I was so different from everybody else. And I'm like, I just like look around like they were aliens or something. Like, what am I doing here? I don't belong here. Yeah. And so not fitting in has been a huge one for me in my lifetime. And I think a lot of us as spiritual aware beings see that. We see this 3D world like, oh my God, what is this place? And I love that video. I can't remember who shared it with us yesterday. Linda Lemieux shared a video yesterday. I don't know how many of you saw it, of the two spiritual beings that were talking. It was like two little girls, and one of them was telling the other one her experience. She'd gone to Earth, and the other one's like, you actually went to Earth? And and she was describing what Earthlings are like, that we have all of these things that we're working through. We have, questions, and we have all these feelings about stuff and all these emotions. It was really precious, and it was so spot on the way that us Earthlings, us humans, are being described. So I'll try to share that in the group if you all didn't see it yesterday, because it was absolutely precious. And the other one was like, wow, that must have been really hard.
Diane said, we often like to feel as if we wasted time or were clueless, but truly, often it takes time to pull together the right earthly support so that we can have what we need to go into those deep, dark caves. That's a big part of divine timing. We all have so much more support right now. It now feels safe to do the deeper work. Absolutely. Amen to that, Diane. It's in each and every one of us. We're here for each other so that we can do the deep, dark dives right now, because we're supporting each other. And as we each go through our own healing, we're healing for each other, and it's bringing it up for each other.
Yeah, and I love this. Diane says, me too.
Yes.
Always on the outside looking in. And Sherry Seymour, I always felt like I was in the wrong family, place, and time.
Right.
And Deirdre brought up the volunteers. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Dolores Cannon. Wow, that woman was so amazing, and still is. There's people that channel her even today from spirit. And she talked about the volunteers, those of us that came here for such a time as this. We're here to do this work. We volunteered. So when you volunteer for something, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Let's answer that. I want some answers here. When you are giving of your time, not expecting anything in return, you're just giving, what does that feel like, and how does it make you feel? Because that's what we are. We are the volunteers. We're here without an agenda of expecting something in return for what we're doing as light workers. So let's talk about how you're feeling with being a volunteer, with being that light worker here on Earth. Wendy says, look at how blessed we are.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Deirdre, she was your first channeler. I so love Dolores Cannon. I love her work. You know, she was just this raw lady that just knew what she was hearing. She had that confidence of knowing where her messages were coming from, that it wasn't something she was just making up a story about. Right. This was actually channeled into her, and she was the conduit. She's put it back out there. And wow, her writings, her speeches, I've listened to some of the recordings of her speaking, and it is so from the heart. There's so much information that she put out, and we can learn a lot from that lady. Yeah, a lot. I wish she was still here, sitting here with us.
Well, maybe she is. She probably is.
She is. Because it's like Wendy said earlier, it's no chance or coincidence that this happened. Right. That this all came to be, and that we all sit here every day and have these chats. I just love it. I love the energy here.
I do too. Diane says, and this is my favorite expression. People hear me say this all the time. Makes me feel like it's time to pull on the big girl panties, and that's just it. It's like, let's put on our big girl panties and let's trudge forward. And for you guys, put on your big boy panties, okay? And that's what we're doing. We're doing the deep dives. We're doing the deep works, because on the other side of this is 5D. We can't go in. We can't stay in 5D. We go in and out of it all the time, but we can't stay in it with our 3 and 4D baggage. And so the gift, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and right now it feels more like a hurricane or a tornado, but the pot of gold at that is 5D. And that's what we all came here for. We all came here to get to there, to have this 3D experience, this emotional experience, and then to transcend that, ascend, if you will, and help everyone else. It's like we're climbing this ladder up to, 5D. And as we go, then we are lifting others up along with us and taking them right along with us. And it's time definitely for prayer requests. We're getting,
this was so good today. I didn't even pay attention to the time. I apologize.
Thank you, Sherry.
So,
thank you, everyone.
Together,
with
no
us.
one is stronger than us. Oh, thank you, Tony.
Tidy whities for the guys.
I love that.
Yes,
so,
yes.
let's start doing
Yes.
the prayer request
Yes.
because I apologize. I was not looking at the time.
Yes, absolutely,
Whew.
Diane. We do need to laugh a little. I need to get a. I will
We
be
need to
getting
laugh
some
a lot.
humor in today for sure as well. And Linda Willis, Tolstrup, welcome. I'm so glad you were able to join us. So yeah, let's good morning, and let's get those prayer requests coming. Of course, I'm going to ask for prayers for myself again, and for everyone, and for Teri. Teri has been working so hard for each and every one of us, and not just us, but the bigger collective as well with all the shows. She does have a new show coming on today at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Please tell them about it while we're getting prayer requests.
The broader edge is 4 ladies that are going to sit around the table and just talk about a topic. Today we're going to introduce ourselves. I hope that you'll come to that one so you'll get to know who we are. We're going to talk about the history of how that show came to be and the process. It was a process of deciding what we're going to talk about, what we're going to focus on, and there's like areas. So the overriding area is the collective consciousness, talking about things like spirituality, the journey that we're on here on this earth, the struggle is real, and how we envision a new world. And I don't know, now I lost her name, Barbara Marx Hubbard. I don't know how maybe are familiar with her, but one of our gals is Sheila Cash, and she actually studied with Barbara Marx Hubbard. And so she's going to bring all that energy of the new human. So it's exciting. I hope that you all can tune in at 5 o'clock today and just see us there.
I want to say good morning to C. Megan Michael, who will be on Rising Up with Jeryl Saturday night with me. Yeah. Please tune in. She's an amazing person. I've been following her for over a year now, and she's just amazing. So she is. I know she has a lot of insight on just how to navigate all this. So I'm looking forward to a great conversation.
Absolutely.
Kathleen says, my husband needs a job and I need my husband to get a job. Okay.
Yeah. And Jennifer Langren is a friend of mine, and she mentioned Eric and Yvonne. Okay, I've been putting Yvonne in our circle. She tested positive for COVID-19, and Yvonne has a lot of underlying medical conditions also. So let's really lift her up at this time. Eric is her husband who's there with her, helping her through this.
And Wendy wrote a short poem during this live, and she's going to share it on the group. So let's all, when we're off of this, let's go to the group and check out Wendy's poem. Thank you, Wendy. Her poetry is beautiful. She has shared some other with us. Yeah. Deirdre says for herself, for Teri, Jeryl, and everyone else here. Absolutely.
And Julie Kiss for her family members for healing. Yes, we lift them up every day. Yeah. And who else did I see?
Okay. I love it,
I
Sharon.
love Julie's comments. I have never sat this still in my life. I learned more in 2 months about myself and others than my 57 years on this earth.
Yes. Isn't that amazing this is? What a beautiful time.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit overtime today, guys. So I hope that you'll hang in there with us and continue to put your requests into the comments. Let's just go ahead and get started.
Prayers for the world to heal. So go ahead and get started. I'll be right back. You start. I will be joining you momentarily.
Okay. And Wendy, yes, you may ask for yourself. We've been lifting you up, my darling. And so let's all do that as a group today. Okay, so I'll just preface this. If there's anyone new here, we're not a religion. We're not anything other than people who love, people who come together out of that sense of community, of caring of others and lifting each other up. We call it prayer. We call it meditation. Whatever you want to call it, we're good with. And when we do lift those prayers up, the angels help us. The angels help us do that, and then we lift them all the way up to divine source. I call it God. You may have a different name that you call the creator. That's fine. So I'm just getting my phone back on. So I know that we haven't been lost because, was it yesterday? It cut us off right in the middle of the prayer time. So I just want to make sure that we're staying online. And I see you, Sherry Seymour, for yourself. Linda, for your eye to heal. And I saw my friend Mary that just came on. I want to put her and her family in the circle. Mary's family is in Italy. So let's keep that country still lifted up and all the inhabitants everywhere that's affected by this virus. So just, if you would, put your hand on your heart center and let's breathe in. There's some clearing happening already with the group as you start to go inside. Breathe a deep breath into your lungs and fill them up. Next breath in, focus on some gratitude. Let's open it up with that today. As you open up your heart to love and gratitude, it expands you beyond yourself. So let's move away from focusing on emotions and feelings right now. Let's focus on the feeling of love and let that fill us up entirely. Bring that energy into your heart. So breathe it in. And I really feel the need to ground today. So I want us all to go down with the next breath. We're going to go all the way down. Let the breath travel out your legs, out the bottom of your feet, and going into our Mother Gaia that we celebrated yesterday with Earth Day. She's so happy today. I feel a lot of joyous energy coming up. So let's go deep down into Mother Earth. And I want all of us right now to envision a black tourmaline sitting down in the center of Mother Earth. I want you to go to that. It's shiny. It's huge. It can hold all of us. So we're all going together to this one stone down in the center of Mother Earth. It's called a black tourmaline. And it's protective, negativity, those from us. Keep any vibrations at bay that try to come into our energy field. So I want you to see that breath that you've sent down in there. I want you to see it wrapping around that black tourmaline today. Let's all go there together. Take a moment to, if you want, just give it a big hug. If you want to just see yourself wrapping your energy around it completely, then do that. But immerse yourself in this protective energy right now as we go to the center of Mother Gaia. Oh wow, it just got very hot as all of us put our energy there. That stone is hot, like you wouldn't even want to hold it in your hand right now. As we're all immersing our energy into it. Let's just stay in that place for a moment. Really get some good grounding energy into us. And I'm asking Archangel Jeryl and Archangel Sandalphon to help us to really bring that into our energy field, bringing it up to us, up through the bottom of our feet. And let's let it sit right now at our root chakra. So many have the root chakra shaken at this time. The root is all about our safety, our security, our sense of belonging, our sense of family, our nutrition, our finances. This is all governed in this root chakra. It's our base, our foundation. So breathe into it right now. Breathe into the root chakra. Feel that energy that you pulled up from that black tourmaline, and let it just wrap you up in that beautiful energy of your root chakra. Feel a blanket that has gone all around the bottom of your legs, like this warm blanket that's been heated up, and you're sitting there in a cool room, and that blanket feels so good as it wraps around you. See this happening. See it in your mind's eye that you are supported, you are strengthened, you are safe, and you are secure, and you are exactly where you need to be. So many times we want to rush through experiences. We want to get to the other side. We want to say, okay, I'm done with this now. Can I move forward? Can I move on from this? And it's not the time to move on yet. It's the time to sit with whatever that energy is that is a life lesson for you. That's a time of really going deeper to get everything that's rooted down in there, to bring it up. So really pull in that protective energy and that strengthening energy in your root to strengthen you for whatever is going to come forward. And I'm feeling a peace coming over so many right now that are doing this. I see everyone looking around, looking at the others in the group, seeing if they need a blanket. Maybe they couldn't pull that blanket up for themselves. So we're helping each other. We're helping each other to feel that safety. This is a safe container right here where we are for anybody that needs to be here. We welcome all to come into our midst. And now that we're all warm and yummy and curled up, let's pull some of that up to our heart center, feeling very safe in our heart. It's safe to be here right now. It's safe to be who you are, all of you, all those pieces and parts that may not look so good when we look at them, but that's a judgment. Let's lose all that judgment and just be. Let's just be who we are at this moment, sitting here together, wrapped up in love. Oh, that feels so good in the heart for us all to gather together. And now that we're all warm in our hearts, let's bring in those prayer requests. We can bring them now into this safe place. We don't have to take on their energy. We don't have to go to a low vibration. We can stay with our frequency very high as we carry these energies, these prayer requests, these people, even ourselves. We're going to put each one of us in there, in that mix, and really wrap everyone in that blanket of love. Kuan Yin says love is what heals us. It's that energy that when it comes in, it starts to make a movement in our cells inside of our body, and things start to happen and change and shift. So feel that energy, feel that subtle shift that happens when you're being held by others, when you feel like you belong, and you do belong here in this family. You're here for a reason. It's no coincidence that you've arrived at this place. Now let's ask our wonderful angels to take these prayer requests. We've held them, we've acknowledged them, and we've wrapped them in a blanket of love. Just like you wrap a little baby up in a blanket, we're going to do that with each prayer request, and we're going to hand it over to an angel. There's a legion of angels waiting to take those requests right now. See yourself handing it over just like you would give a baby to its mother. Just hand it over as it's swaddled. You can even do the motion, handing that baby over. Let's all do that. We're lifting these prayer requests that are wrapped in a blanket, and we're handing them to an angel. And that angel is going to carry that energy of that request and lift it upward as high as it will go, which is the highest source of all, our Creator. And we say thank you as we hand that over. Thank you, angel. Thank you for taking that. Thank you that it's being dealt with. It's being handled in the very best way possible. Whatever is needed with that prayer request, with that person, it's for their best and highest good, that the way it's going to be answered may not be our way. We don't want to hold an expectation of how that's going to come to be. We're just releasing the energy of it and saying, okay, it's in God's hands now. I don't have to be the one to determine how it's going to come to be. It's all in God's hands. And let's give some gratitude. Gratitude for those angels that are the carriers that took up the burdens. Gratitude to God, who is receiving them and bathing them in a white light of love. See that white light. See it coming down to you and covering you, covering your heart. Let's give gratitude for all that is, including ourselves. Give yourself a hug. You are so beautiful. You are so magnificent. And this act of love that you do every day when you come on here, you are doing an act of love without expecting anything in return. You are a volunteer. You are here for a purpose. You are here on a mission. Some may not have uncovered that mission yet in your mind, in your human mind, but your soul knows what it is. So thank you. Thank that part of you that knows why you're here, that knows how all those steps are just being put into place for you to follow to get to that point. And then let's give gratitude for each person gathered here today. Each one that's lending their energy to lift each other up. Lots of clearing happening. When you go into gratitude and you go into love, all of the yuck starts to come up. All of that stuff that's low vibration that you're holding on to, that feeling of being unworthy, that feeling of being undeserving of other people's love. You are deserving. You are worthy, and you are enough. You don't have to do anything to deserve this love. You're here. You showed up. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of us, for part of the collective that really cares and wants the best for everybody. Give yourself that gratitude. Give yourself love inside your heart right now. Take it in. And as you take in that immense love coming from God, coming from the angels, and from others that are united with you, let's start to share that love now. Let's start to let it go out. So I'm seeing us again, standing in that circle. I see Earth again, right in the middle of us. See that beautiful Earth, that beautiful blue planet, sitting right in the midst of our circle. So happy, so exuberant from being honored through our prayers, through our love, through our healing that we put into it. And it's just shining out at us right now, bathing us in that blue glow that's coming from it. And I want us to all put our arms around each other, one on your left and one on your right. Just wrap each other in those arms. And then let's do our heart telephone. Let's look to the left and let's say to that person on your left, I love you.
I love you.
Ooh, that's a big love as it travels around our circle. And as it comes back around, we receive now. We gave and now we're receiving. Receive that love in. Hear the love being shared with you from that circle that you are so immersed in, that you are hugging with both your arms. You're holding everyone. Oh, take that in. How's that feel? How are you feeling with that love in there? Isn't that yummy? Don't you just want to stay in that place? Just holding all that love inside. And you can. You can stay there. But let's feel into the group right now. This beautiful group. And let's take a breath in. And on the count of 3, let's give gratitude by saying thank you and I love you. 1, breathe in, 2, 3. I love you.
Thank you.
Yay. Give yourself a hand. Congratulate yourself for being a volunteer. You are a volunteer. You're here for a purpose. You have a mission. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. My gratitude for each and every one of you is eternal and just fills me up. And as I go throughout my day, I know that I'm going to think about all of you and feel your hearts lifting me up, and I'll be lifting you up as well. That's the beauty of it all, is it's a win-win. We lift each other up. And yes, I know. Love, love, love. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you too, Cheryl, Diane, Julie, Catherine, all of you. This is just so amazing. And thank you to Teri. Her meditations and prayer time every morning is just so powerful, and it keeps us connected, and it's healing the planet. So thank you for leading us and guiding us through this as we go along. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm wrapping my arms around each one of you.
Yes.
Hold that love inside. Hold it inside all day.
Yes.
And especially you.
I will.
I know this time is really hard. And the more we can hold that love in, that's like a buffer in between us and that pain. Yeah. So hold it in, all of us. Let's hold it today.
Yes.
And if you can hug somebody, hug them. Yes. Even if it's an air hug.
Yes.
And just share that love. Just share it out. It's not going to go away from you. It's going to be returned back into you. The more you give, the more you get.
Absolutely.
So send it out.
And I'm just going to stay in the love of this family, and I just can't thank you all enough. I really can't. And I love you all so much.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love you.
Are you. I love you.
All right, everyone.
Okay,
we're off of here.
Let's move on with our day, kids.
Yes.
Have a blessed day, everybody. And I hope your day has many miracles, big and small, in it. And just know our love is coming out towards you all the time.
Absolutely. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully see you today at 5 o'clock.
Yes, yes.
Bye, everybody.